We'll call the meeting to order. If Phil can lead us in prayer.
Let us pray. Dear kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, God. We thank you for the blessings of life, and we thank you for the mercy that you've shown to us, Lord. Now, God, as I pray tonight, I pray that you would grant us wisdom and knowledge in this meeting to meet and make good and sound decisions on behalf of the city and our community as a whole, God. I pray that we always approach the city's business with a servant's heart. Dear Lord, just be with us the rest of this night. Grant us safety, traveling graces going home. These many favors and blessings I ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. If everybody can follow us in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, she ain't like her to miss a meeting. Linda ain't like Linda to miss a meeting.
She's in Florida.
So
Here I go. She's out of town.
next is item 4, considering the agenda for adoption. There's one change I'd like to move under item 9, announcements for Science Olympiad. If we can move that up under item 6, under acknowledgements to number D. Those are the only changes to the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the amended agenda.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0 with Ms. Ledbetter absent. Next is item 5, considering the following meeting minutes. A work session of February 5th, 2019. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0. Next is under acknowledgements, proclamations, and resolutions. Item A is the February business spotlight. Is anyone from Leonard's here? No. Next is item B, the Cumming Civitan Club Clergy Appreciation. So I'd like to read part of a resolution. Now therefore, I, Troy Brumbelow, Mayor of Cumming, Georgia, do hereby designate February as Civitan Clergy Appreciation Month and encourage the residents of Cumming to actively support and take pride in the worthwhile efforts of this international service organization and the work of Civitans in our community. Is there anyone from Civitan here? And next on the agenda is GMRC with the NADO Innovation Award.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to be here with y'all this evening. Just want to take a quick minute to explain what NATO is. NATO is the National Association of Development Organizations, which is the umbrella agency for all regional commissions, planning and development commissions across the United States. And every year, usually in about June or July, they put a call out for innovative projects that regional commissions have partnered on with their partner communities. And so this year, back in July, Adam and Joe Rothwell submitted the Atlanta Highway Corridor Study, in which the GMRC partnered with the City of Cumming on the project, and we were actually successful in receiving that award, so we wanted to present that to you tonight. We're proud to say that Georgia actually had the most NATO awards out of all 50 states, with 15 total. GMRC worked on 3 of those projects, and we received 3 awards, and so we're extremely honored that the City of Cumming was chosen by this national agency to receive this award. And I will turn it over to Adam and Joe and to formally present this to you.
Just to kind of give a quick recap of the project, after the city completed their comprehensive plan late 2017, we, the planning department, the planning commission, worked to kind of identify aspects of the Atlanta Highway corridor that could be improved. That included sidewalk connectivity, areas to where there weren't sidewalk connections, landscaping, signage, infill in places where you had parking lots that could be better utilized to businesses, business beautification, and then even just landscape and signage again. So here you see a gateway into Cumming, previously where there wasn't something. Here is streetscaping, beautification, and sidewalks, beautification of this existing building, and then in this parking lot, the possibility of a new business being constructed. So just various ways to make that corridor more vibrant, more connected to Cumming. And that's something that we do quite a bit in the planning department at GMRC, and we were pleased to have won the award for Cumming.
And we're happy to announce that those initiatives are underway right now. We've acquired right-of-way for the first phase of that, and all that's about to go out to bid for actually making it happen. So thank you for all your help.
Thank you guys, very appreciate it.
Thanks, Adam.
Nice to see you. See you, Mr. Adam. Talk to you soon. Cool.
And next on the agenda is I would like to bring recognition to a group of kids at Vickery Creek Middle School for competing in the Science Olympiad. They represented the state, county, and the city of Cumming at an invitation-only event held at Harvard University. They placed 10th overall and took top 10 out of 450 participants in all 13 of the topics. So I'd like to ask them to come up for a picture and congratulate them on all their hard work.
Wow.
Next on the agenda is old business. There is none. After that is item 8, new business administration. Item 1, request to reimburse DDA member training costs.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of council, the purpose of this item is to ask the city to consider reimbursing the training costs to the members of the Downtown Development Authority and the Development Authority. This is for state mandated training. It is to occur, I think, in April. The training cost is, of course, mandated by the state and will cost approximately $500 per person, and that includes the cost for the classes as well as travel expenses. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Have any questions or discussion?
Aren't there some crossover members?
Only
One.
one on each one.
So they wouldn't have to do.
They'll only have to, well, they'll have to get the training on the Downtown Development Authority and then on the Development Authority. It's two separate entities.
But they're able to do it all on the same time, same trip.
Yeah,
Oh, so everybody's getting double training.
right.
Oh, that's cool.
So Jason and Linda get one of each.
I see.
Have any other questions? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the request to reimburse the DDA member training cost.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0. Thank you. Next on the agenda is Youth Council. This is an initiative I'd like for the council to consider. There's some other municipalities that are doing this. The idea, we would have a board of high school juniors and seniors from Forsyth Central High School and Alliance Academy. It'd make up 9 members, and they would serve a 1-year term from the June 1st to May 31st. And that would allow our youth to come in and they would get tours of all the city facilities, and they'd basically know almost all the information that all of us do, and they could make recommendations and bring them in front of you guys to consider adopting. I think it's a great thing for the kids in the community and getting them involved. There's no cost to the city in doing it. I've talked to the principals at both schools, and both are excited about it. So I'd like for the council to consider creating a youth council. And I'll answer any questions you might have. They'll elect amongst themselves their own mayor, mayor pro tem, clerk.
So they're holding their meetings here, first Tuesday of each month at 5 p.m.
Yep. And then if they have anything that they want to bring in front of us, they bring it during a normal council meeting.
So what kind of, is our staff having to give them the agendas and everything?
No, they'll have their own agenda. They'll have their own clerk. They'll set their own agenda. They'll be their own little governing body. They'll, of course, have, I'll spend time with them. Phil will. They'll go to the different departments, and kind of see.
So they'll kind of come up with their program ideas and stuff. It's
Yeah.
not, they won't look at bids.
No, they won't be acting on that kind of city business. They may come up with an idea none of us have thought up of. That's a great idea that we might be able to implement.
No, I like it.
What the principal, Mitch, like? Then they
Yeah.
think they'll get some good.
Yep, both high school principals are excited about it.
Good. Sounds cool. I would have loved it.
So, any other questions? I have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we create the Cumming Youth Council.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0. Thank you. In some other municipalities, they actually give them money to spend, so we're not going quite that far.
Monopoly money.
We'll let y'all make those decisions. Next is,
Their first request. Funding.
yeah.
Yeah, budget. Mayor, we gotta have a budget here.
Yeah. Well, next on the agenda is planning and zoning, number 1, conditional use permit, 2018-452, Lucky 6 Properties.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. If you refer to the staff report in your packet, the property owner has made application to the proper authorities for a conditional use permit for a personal services establishment, a hair salon to be located in the Office Professional Zoning District at 225 Kelly Mill Road. This location was a former office, and the corridor, as I know you're aware, is transitioning to a commercial office as land uses have changed as such at 205, 213, 217, 221, 302, and 315 Kelly Mill Road. Sufficient off-street parking, including handicap accessible, is currently available at the site. In the back of your packet, there's a current picture of the location. The Planning Commission held a public hearing for this conditional use permit on January 15th, 2019. Ms. Jade Arnold presented this request. With no public comments in opposition, the Planning Commission voted unanimously to recommend approval of the conditional use permit as requested. I'll be happy to answer any questions before you open it for a public hearing.
Have any questions for Scott?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Have a second?
Second.
Please vote. Motion carries 4-0. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this conditional use permit?
Hey, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. My wife and I purchased the property to relocate her existing hair salon business into that building. We've done some renovations in there. We're ready to kind of move forward with your blessing on our conditional use permit.
Anybody have any questions? Can you do a perm on my hair?
I have not rolled a perm actually in like 15 years.
How many
So
chairs are you
please
gonna
don't
have?
Probably starting out about 4, probably only room to have maybe 6. You just want to keep it small. We're all established hairdressers, just kind of looking to move our space.
Have any other questions? Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that'd like to speak in favor of this conditional use permit? Is there anyone that would like to speak in opposition to this conditional use permit?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0.
I love that those old houses are changing into kind of using the existing structures out there. I think
Yeah,
it's kind of a neat little land use. So,
Any other questions or discussion?
Scott, you're good with everything?
Yes, sir.
ADA, I mean, they'll have to, for ADA and stuff like that, I guess, ramps and, I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use permit and, wish the owners good luck.
Second. Please vote. Carries 4-0. We look forward to you being in the city of Cumming.
Welcome.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is item C, streets. Number 1, speed breakers.
Yes, Mr. Mayor and members of council, the purpose of this item is to discuss the need for speed bumps on certain city streets. The approximate cost of one speed breaker, which is 22 feet in length, which would cover a 2-lane road, is approximately $1,200. We've had citizens in a couple of areas, Ridgecrest Avenue and Perklewood, that have inquired about the necessity for speed bumps in these locations. So I'd like to get your direction on how you want me to handle this going forward. We didn't budget for this item per se, however, this could be something we could use SPOS money on as street improvements. And then we also have a line item in the street department. Either way, we could expense this too.
Where do they want them?
One's in Ridgecrest Avenue. They already have one speed breaker on Ridgecrest. They want another one closer to Highway 9.
Okay.
The other one is at Purklewood. It's actually at the intersection of Oakwood Drive and Purklewood. They currently have a speed breaker that's on the right-hand side of the street. According to the citizens that live out there, people are just going right around them, using it as a cut-through from Pilgrim Mill to Highway 9. We wouldn't need but to cover the other half of the street at that location.
So what's happening? People are cutting through from Pilgrim Mill to 9 or vice versa, and so,
Speeding through there, yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
the
at the
reason
one,
I asked is I knew we put them up before. I just didn't know where else. So they're just saying they need more. Or-
the complaint on Ridgecrest is coming from somebody that lives closer to Highway 9, that yet slows them down at one end, but not at the other end. And then at Purklewood and Oakwood, at that, it's a three-way stop. They're running the stop sign and they're just zigzagging around. They have the speed breakers in the lane of travel, but they're zigzagging around it and running the stop sign at the same time.
Did we hear from a lot of people at these two places? Or, because my concern is doing it for just a couple people, somebody else might
I
not.
heard from two in Purklewood. One is the house on the right, just past the stop sign if you're going further into Purklewood. And he does have a driveway that's closer to that stop sign. I can see where getting in and out
Sure.
could be a hazard for him. The one on Ridgecrest, I've not spoke with personally, but I think I know where he's talking about, that he wants one. And a lot of people are kind of using it as a cut through from
Yeah,
Pilgrim Mill.
no, I agree. And
Especially during school, a lot of students use that.
I don't mind doing it. I just, if Lewis started complaining on our street and put a speed bump in front of my house, I wouldn't really think I'd like it. So I just,
You said we put other ones up before? Over
Yeah,
there?
many people in this
And on that same
county
street,
now.
have there been any complaints or any negative feedback from?
You get complaints regardless of what you
Yeah.
do in some situations. We have had a citizen complain about a speed breaker being in front of his house. He don't like it.
I just worry
Ask
we're
him why,
helping.
he really can't tell you. He
I
just
just
I
worry
mean,
we're
that goes
helping,
towards what Christopher,
we're
what
just
you were saying,
helping one or
putting it in
two,
front of the
but
house.
maybe to the detriment of somebody else. I just, that's the only thing that concerns me, but if they think it's good, I'm good with it. So how many total would it be?
It'd be two.
1,200 apiece?
Yeah.
But people gonna cut through anywhere they can now. There's so many people in this county. Make it quicker. It don't matter where it's at. You ain't gonna stop them from cutting through.
Right.
Because we've got about our place, no through traffic.
Yeah. They're still going to go through.
There's as many there as they are on Sawney Drive. But I don't know what you do.
Now, I have had some subdivisions contact me about this that are not through subdivisions, they're dead ends, and I've just told them no. There's people that are speeding there are their own residents. They're not people cutting through.
No,
They need,
these two
they need to
places-
handle that within.
You're right. These two places are cut-throughs, and
Mhm.
if they think that'll help, I'm okay with it.
I'm personally not a fan
Me
of
either.
them, but people think that it'll help.
But that's what worries
know.
me, is some people in there might not. I don't want to do anything to the detriment that doesn't know.
But I guess at that point, you need to go take all the other ones up that are already there.
Yeah,
Both cases already have speed bumps there now.
they do, that's what I mean.
They're asking for more.
What do you think?
People are gonna break the law if they're gonna break the law. And that's the sad part of it, you know. We have red lights for the purpose of having red light, just tell people to stop, but
One thing
Make
in
them
these two
stop.
areas
it's
also,
just like speeding, you're not gonna,
especially in Purklewood, there's no sidewalk. So Any walking is on the road. I mean, you don't
I don't know if there's a sidewalk in either place.
No, right,
Yeah.
but, I mean, yeah, Ridgecrest too, there's no sidewalk. So if you're walking, you're walking in the street.
But I think that, if anything, it's a deterrent. Worst case, it makes people go slower, which that's really the goal,
It does.
you know?
I'll make a motion to approve 2 speed bumps for Ridgecrest and Perklewood.
I have a second.
I'll second that.
Please vote. Carries 4-0. Thank you. Next is item 2, report on resurfacing bids.
So Mayor and members of council, we, as we do each year, we target the streets in the city that need attention, resurfacing. So we put out to bid 4 locations. This is Castleberry Road, from Maple to Talbot Street, from East Maple to Talbot Street, Marketplace Boulevard, from Buford Dam to State Route 20, Allen Street, and Kelly Mill from State Route 20 west to the city limits. We received our bids back. You have all the bids in front of you. I'm just going to read out the low bid, which is who we're recommending on each one. For Castleberry Road, we are recommending going with the low bid from Bartow Paving for $465,004.52. The high bid in that one was Jasper Grading, $556,981.50, and we are again going with the low bid from Bartow Paving. The second is Marketplace Boulevard. The low bidder again was Bartow Paving at $410,658.42. The high bid was from Colditch Trucking at $556,597.74. On Allen Street, the low bid was from Jasper Grading and Pipeline for $143,668. The high bid in that case was from Baldwin Paving at $284,531.82. We recommend going with the low bid from Jasper Grading. And the 4th Street, Kelly Mill, the low bid again was from Jasper Grading at $145,614. The high bid in this case was from Blunt Construction at $169,775.69. And we recommend going with the low bid from Jasper Grading and Pipeline in that case.
Have any questions for Phil?
Are these splosh?
Yes, they would all be paid for out of SPLOST 7. We've got plenty of money in the account to take care of all of that this year.
Kevin, can we approve them?
And we'll
As
approve
long as
them.
you're not going to make any kind of deviation from the recommendation, I'm fine with you approving all 4 of the low bids. If you're going to make any kind of deviation, then make each one of them individually. That make sense?
Have any other questions? We have a motion.
Make a motion to approve all the low bids.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Is there a need for no need for executive session? Do I have a motion that we adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Please vote. Carries 4-0. Thanks, everyone, for coming.